Hello, I'm Carrie Pilet, and I'm going to spend about 8 or 10 minutes talking about this idea of trust in relationships. And the first thing I want to do is tell you what I think trust is when I talk about trust. And I have it down as proven predictability that another will positively meet my needs without threats, coercion, or influence. Did you catch that? Proven predictability that you will meet my needs without me having to twist your arm, without me having to nag, without me having to remind you over and over and over again what those are. Proven and predictable. You do it because you understand me. You do it because we're in a healthy relationship. You do it because you want to be here. And in a healthy relationship, I'm doing it back. So we have two people in a healthy relationship that are building trust with each other. Okay? So when I talk about trust, that's what I'm talking about. And I have a couple of things I want to talk about specifically. Okay? I find in relationships, we trust people that we shouldn't be trusting. Living in the real world, when I don't know you very well, you know, if you are a coworker of mine and you lie about me to the boss, I will never trust you again. I'm going to stay as far away from you as I can get. But we get into relationships where we profess to love somebody and they violate our space. They say nasty things about us. They betray these feelings of love, and yet we still trust them. We still trust them. I will tell you, our trust lots of times is displaced. When we look back at the definition, this person is not supporting me in the ways that I have told them or shown them or requested that they support me. What I need and want from you as my partner, and they're not doing it. And yet I still trust them. I still stay. Why? You know, I'll tell you, I hear a lot of people say, because I love that person. I love them, and that's why. That's why I stay, even though they don't treat me well. They've not proven that they're going to predictably meet my needs, and I'm still going to stay. My trust is displaced, and yet I stay. I may continue to trust them even though they show me that I shouldn't, because I see their potential. I know who they could be. And sometimes we actually fall in love with that image, don't we? I didn't really fall in love with you. I saw the potential and I had this idea of who you were or who you could be, and it's not true. And I'm still living there. Sometimes I continue to trust you because I think you'll change. I hold out hope that you will love me enough or love me enough back or figure out that I'm always going to be in your corner, and you'll change and predictably begin to support me in the ways I want to be supported. Okay? So far I've talked about love, and I've talked about I see you for something that you're not. I see you because you keep telling me you're going to change. And then the final one is, and I'll tell you I use this term because I emotionally bonded to you. At some point, I decided I wanted to be in a relationship with you, whether I called it love or not, and it doesn't matter where it is today. I'm emotionally bonded, and sometimes for us, the thought of not being with that person is hugely painful. I can't imagine myself not being in this relationship, and so I continue to trust you because I've bonded with you, and it emotionally hurts me to think about not having you in my life. Okay, so we trust people in relationships when they have proven to us that we shouldn't. Okay. Now I want to talk next about when should I trust someone? When should I trust someone? I'm going back to that definition. Proven predictability. Here are some things that I think trust is dependent upon. I will trust you when you respect me as your partner. I will trust you when you treat me for who I am, when you say kind words to me, when you appreciate what I do for you, when you acknowledge, when I acknowledge what you do for me, okay? When you respect me for who I am as a person. Number two, when you show me that you love me unconditionally. You love me for who I am, even though I have faults. You know, none of us are perfect. We all have faults. You love me for who I am, And I make mistakes, and we work through the mistakes, and you make mistakes, and we work through the mistakes, and it doesn't change your opinion about who I am as a person. And so we don't get into that guilt and shame thing that unhealthy relationships get into, because I accept you for who you are. You are a great person. Here's something we got to work on. So let's work on the problem. That's what I'm talking about there. Number 3, you support me in the ways that I have told you that I need to be supported, not the ways you think I need to be supported. You support me in the ways I need to be supported. So for some of us, it means I need you to love my kids. I can't imagine moving into a relationship with somebody when they say, I don't want kids, I don't want to be around your kids. You know, that's never going to be a trusting, loving relationship, because one person doesn't want the other stuff that comes with you as my partner in this relationship. You and I agree how the household's going to be run, and so we can work out who's going to be responsible for what. We understand that healthy relationships are not 50-50. They're about what it takes to get 100% done today. And so some days, if I'm sick, I can pull 1% because I can barely get out of bed. I'm sick. And you have to pull 99 that day. And the next day, you know what, we're at 60-40. And next week we're at 80-20, because we have to do what it takes in this relationship to make it work 100% every day. It's not a 50-50 thing. When we average it out, it's probably pretty close, but day to day, wow, no, not 50-50. Okay, so when we talk about when should I trust you, when you show me that you respect me as your partner, which is what I want to be. When you show me that you love me unconditionally for who I am, flaws and all, good things and all. And finally, when you support me in the ways that I've asked you to support me. Those are my thoughts on trust in healthy relationships. I'm Carrie Pilet. Thank you very much.